Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here, Spirit Silver Moon for Harmony Energy Healing, or Standing Holy Hierophant. And for those who know about what I do in my work, they won't be surprised to hear me talk about this. For those who don't, this is just a different perspective for awareness. It's something that I've seen in a particular way that I talk about to bring awareness to it. And first of all, I want to say that there are churches and religions in this world who do good things. They do good works. They offer services for people. They can be very helpful to people. And I want to say that I'm aware of that and I'm thankful for that. However, most of us know that some people have been harmed by religious ideologies over the millennia and ongoing, depending on the situation, the person, how we perceive it. And I talk a lot about programming and conditioning and the way scriptures are interpreted, or misinterpreted due to translation or mistranslation. So if someone hasn't really studied, they're not aware of how much of that is involved in what we believe here in the Western part of the world. That there is a lot of mistranslation and misinterpretation from that going on. But a lot of people don't know that because they haven't really taken the time to study. And a lot of my work is about recognizing our worthiness, because a lot of religions have really beat it out of us. They've programmed us to believe we're not worthy. And some people discover that that's a fallacy. Okay, so there's a church near me. It's a big mega church. Anyway, and some people say churches are businesses, so whatever. And it has this big billboard out front. And it says, no perfect people allowed. So I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, no one's perfect here. It's okay. And the Pleiadian teachings will say we're perfectly imperfect. Humanity, perfectly imperfect. So a lot of people hold that against themselves, that they made a mistake, that they're programmed to believe is wrong, then they hold it against themselves and run a program called guilt. So they hold it against themselves that they're not perfect. Oh, they think they're worthless. Oh, and they're programmed to believe they're a sinner. But let's remind ourselves, in case we don't really know what the correct translation of to sin even means. It means to miss the mark or miss the point. It's an archery term, that's it. But it's been so grossly twisted and used against mankind, it's not even funny. So churches are there to help people feel better about themselves, perhaps. But it's kind of weird because they'll kind of like point out faults and weaknesses and make them not feel good about themselves, and then offer some solution, and then they'll maybe give them hope or make them feel good about themselves. So it's like, let's make you think that you're unworthy. Okay. So let's focus on the imperfectness. And then let's write, no perfect people allowed. So that you'll feel that you can come because you're not perfect. And then are they going to restore your faith in your own divinity? Or are they going to talk about how we fall short and we are worthless sinners? Is that what they're going to do? Is there, they're going to call you in because you're not perfect, and then they're going to use that against you? Is that what's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But when we're aware and we're paying attention, we can start to see what's happening. And so some people aren't going to be drawn in by that or necessarily fall for that. Not even that it's a bad thing. Maybe there's a particular person or people who need that thing at this particular point in time, and it's going to be extremely helpful for them, and that's wonderful. Okay, but this life is about tests and initiations and about learning. We come here to learn to love one another. We need to move beyond the judgment and the control tactics to do that. And I think it's very important to remember our worthiness and the worthiness of those around us. We're not here to sit here and judge and belittle other people to boost our own egos, but it happens all the time. You see it everywhere. So, yeah, when you can let someone know that they're beautiful and loved and that they matter, that's God's work. Don't have to manipulate or control. Don't have to use fear or incompleteness or inaccuracies to try to control anybody. The unworthiness thing might really just be about incompleteness, about missing things, missing pieces, missing parts, missing knowledge. That might be all it's about. Perfectly imperfect. Worthy, loved, beloved, lovable.